Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. My name is Juji. This is HD by Z. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, I talk a lot about human design, both about relationships and also personal development. Mainly, I just want to help you understand the system a little bit better. And I'm so happy you're here because today I'm going to be doing an analysis for Elon Musk and Grimes to talk about them as individuals and then also about their relationship and what may have been the pitfalls, the challenges, the things that didn't quite go right, which is why they are no longer in a relationship, although they do have 2 children together and are co-parenting as far as I know. But before I get into all of that, I just want to let you know that if you want to work with me, I will be throwing my website in the show notes below. If you have any comments or questions after the video, please put them down. I'd love to hear from you. Or if there's a couple that you want to nominate for me to do an analysis on, I have a long list going, so please bear with me. And now for the piece de resistance. What went on between Elon and who is Grimes? I see her as kind of this alien creature, hence the title of this video. How did these two come together and ultimately what broke them up? Let's start by checking out their charts. Okay, so this is Elon Musk. He is a manifesting generator, sacral authority, single definition, 3-5 profile on the right angle cross of service. Ooh, so many things I want to talk about. But first and foremost, let's talk about his channel 214. This is called the channel of the beat. And I've heard it said that if you want any organization to be successful financially, that you need somebody there with a 214 in their chart. And the reason for this is that this is the energy to understand what direction to direct energy in order to have financial success. This is a key component in that. It is an individual channel, so it's mutative in nature. And if you think about it, Elon Musk has changed the game so many different times in his career. It starts with the fact that he created PayPal. He changed the way that we, exchange money. That's a huge, huge deal. And it's financial in its nature. And now he's changed the way that we see car purchasing. Clearly, he's doing something right. And most recently, he bought Twitter, which, has caused a bit of controversy, but all press is good press, right? The other thing I really want to talk about is this third line in his profile, which is also known as the profile most likely to have financial success. It is the bumpiest profile for sure, but anybody who has a third line in their profile has some sort of a built-in shield, a little bit of extra padding when it comes to the way that they interact with the world, because as a third line, you're here to have a bumpy experience. And also you're here to find out everything that doesn't work. So Elon is all about figuring out what doesn't work, course correcting it, and then making it better. So it's made him a very successful person, but not necessarily successful in love. But before I get into all of that, let's take a look at Grimes. So this is Grimes. She is a projector. She is ego authority, which is very, very rare. I'll get into that in a second. Split definition, the 6-2 profile, and she is on the left angle cross of the plane. Let's talk about what it means to be ego projected and how this kind of plays into her whole alien shtick, right? She is this very unique being, very unusual, and it's not a surprise that she has this 2551 channel. This is called the channel of initiation, a design of needing to be first, which is all about originality. We also sometimes call this the shaman priestess channel because it is about shocking people into a new direction in life. This is not something that people with this channel necessarily do on purpose. It's just a part of their role as it plays out in their life. Simply being in their aura is shocking. And I can imagine why this was very attractive for Elon, because she is so unique and he has also been seen as this innovator. There is sort of this melancholy built in. So I'm sure that there were a lot of ups and downs in their relationship, even though neither one of them is emotionally defined. What I also want to add about being an ego projected projector is that it must have been really nice for Elon, who doesn't have ego definition, to be in the presence of somebody with so much willpower. So now let's take a look at them together. All right, here we go. 9 and 0, nowhere to go. This is a very insulated relationship. All 9 centers are defined. There is still a split, although it's much smaller than the split that Grimes has in her own chart. And there's 4 electromagnetic connections between these two. And guess what? They're all individual connections. All of the circuitry that is connecting them is all about being an individual. Even this emotional connection they share, the design of moodiness or emoting, which is all about, being in the mood or not being in the mood. And it's probably something that I like to use the word challenging to soften the blow, but I'm sure it was very difficult, honestly. The other thing I want to point out between these two is that there's a compromise here in the channel of judgment. The channel of judgment is actually a collective channel, and this is about seeing what's not working in the collective, meaning the bigger picture. So like, cars emitting fossil fuels is not working. Let's course correct by creating electric cars. That is Elon's role on a big scale. That's the big picture of who he is. But what I like to say about this channel when it comes to personal relationships is that it can also be called the channel of the bitch, because these people are constantly complaining and bitching about something. You don't just see what's not working on a collective level, you're also judging people on their personal preferences, the way that they want to run their lives, the way that they eat, the way that they spend their money. You can have a judgment about anything in relationship to anyone. And this can be kind of nitpicky in a relationship. It can feel really destabilizing, especially for a very sensitive, very open projector like Grimes. Even though she has this ego definition, she still is here to be invited and recognized. And if Elon's not able to do that, then there's going to be problems in the relationship. So what really else is there to say about these two? Well, I want to also add that Elon has the channel 2034, the channel of charisma, again, another individual channel, and the channel 952, the focus and concentration. If he has the energy to sit still and concentrate on something, then he's really into it. And this 2034 is just about being really busy all the time. And I know that a lot of his exes, including his first wife, were expressing their agitation and their complaint about him not spending enough time with them, not making enough time for their relationship. But really, it's not something that they're here to take personally, because these people are just here to be busy for themselves. And listen, he probably thinks that to some degree, he's earned the right to do whatever he wants because he provides such an amount of wealth to the people that are in his life that there's not really anything that they're here to complain about. But that's not really how interpersonal relationships work, right? There's 5 love languages, and if one of your love languages is quality time, then your needs are just not going to be being met in a relationship. So in a way, human design is its own love language. It gives you the ability to verbalize the things that you need in your life. And in Grimes's case, what she was really missing is his energy. Projectors have a focused and absorbing aura. They're here to have one-on-one quality time with the people in their lives in order to feel like that person cares about them, in order to feel like that person needs them or wants them around. And if she's not getting that, then there's no amount of staff that can make up for it. But she probably doesn't have a way of verbalizing it. So we have a way of falling into certain patterns, right? There's certain ways for us to interpret mentally what is going on when it comes to our relationship needs not being met. We talked about this with Gisele Bündchen and Tom Brady about how she really wanted him to have this tribal family life, but he wasn't able to deliver on that, and she took that very personally. And it looks like the exact same thing is happening, that there are these very ambitious men, they're workaholics, they're addicted to their jobs, and they're leaving their wives at home, unattended. And because they feel neglected, it results in a breakup. And it seems like the exact same stereotypical pattern repeating itself over and over again. But if you look at the charts, it's very different, and it's for very different reasons. So to be able to give language to your specific reason of why you don't feel good about being left home alone is really what human design is able to provide us in this very unique way. And, I've read a couple of articles about Elon and Grimes, and supposedly they still totally love each other. They say that they're each other's love of their life, and they're still co-parenting. In fact, after they broke up, I'm pretty sure they were still living together for some time. So it's just really sad to me to see that these two people who clearly care about each other just couldn't make it work because of their differences. All right, guys, I think that's a really good place to wrap it up. There was a lot in there. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to get notified every time I drop one of these. Again, please put any of your comments, concerns, questions in the comments below, or nominate somebody that you'd like me to do an analysis for. Until next time, ciao for now.